Hello everyone! Today we're going to have a nice stream and we're going to have a nice time and it's just going to be nice and it's just going to be nice. It's just going to be calm and pleasant and great. Yeah, so here we are in what you may already recognise because I've shown you this a few times before in The Settlers, but we're going to move on. We're not going to spend too much time in The Settlers today. I'm just going to introduce it as a general concept. Okay? And I'm just going to retweet my own tweet, because now it's a few minutes later, you know, and we're actually doing it. So, this is an old game on the Amiga called The Settlers, and it's honestly my calm place. It's, if you ever want to not worry too much about what's going on in the world around you, and look, that's something we're all quite interested in at the moment. Here it is. Here is a lovely land with trees and water. There are fish in the water, but we don't get to see them until later. And lovely little sweet people. Every morning for a while in 1993, I used to leave for school, setting this game running on my Amiga before I left, and I would let it run by itself. And then when I got home, I would see what had happened. And we're about to see what's happened. This has been running for the last 2 hours. And here's what's happened. Look at all the lovely little houses and networks of roads and the little people wandering about between them. There's another house being built. There's another house being built. Oh, little alert there. And here's the castle of the red team. And if we go and look on the map, can you see my cursor? Hello, Emelian. And of course, hello 8-Bit Star Fox, who I already said hello to in the previous sort of little bit of a stream. If you just got here, Emelian, I have left The Settlers running by itself for a couple of hours, and I'm going to show you the worlds that it has built, and then we're going to switch to The Settlers 2. I've been going on about The Settlers for so long, we've never looked at Settlers 2, we've always intended to. Here's the blue team, the home team in Settlers. Okay, so if you don't know this game, what we're looking at here is a village building game. What you're looking at now is what they call bustle factor in Germany, where this game is native. These little people, the settlers, they wander about and they build houses for you. And I can tell you what the houses are. This one here is a knight's hut. This is a store house there. There's a windmill, obviously. What have we got over here? I think this is a baker, and we can just see them kneading some bread in there, and they'll bring it out in a minute. Oh no, no, I was wrong. They were kneading some iron. That's an iron working man. It's been a while since I've played this. Oh yes, and of course, here's a gold foundry. They're boiling up some gold there. Stir, stir, stir. Look at how much is communicated with such a... Look at how... There aren't many pixels in that window that we're looking into, and that's the real magic of The Settlers, is that we got to actually see the settlers do their jobs. Oh, I've never noticed this before, but look, they've used the same animation for the iron foundry as for the gold foundry, or whatever they're called. I said the right word for it a minute ago. Refer back to that. Here's a little farmer. He's having a little reap over there. Here are some miners. And I've shown you this game before, and I've told you about this game before. It's just one of my favourite games in the whole wide world. Well, today we're going to move on from it, and we're going to play The Settlers 2. A game which at the time I was very critical of, and I never really liked. By the way, there's a yellow team here because all of these are computer players. They're all essentially settling against one another. Because there's a certain amount of aggression in this game, but not of the sort that's going to concern us. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quit this. I'll save it. No, but I bet I haven't got a save thing set up in my real Amiga that I have here. So instead I'm going to do a save state. Now, how do I do that again? This way, I think. Demo settling, let's call it. Save that. I think I've done that. Okay, so now... Oh, silly. Okay, And here we are on the title screen, and one of the things about the Settlers is how silly and cartoony it all was. I mean, these are the different computer opponents and you players that you could be. Oh no, those are just computer opponents. This is you. The knight with the big eyes on the front. Lovely, 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 ladies and gents. This was a really, really lovely game. But we're just going to silence that. And we're going to load another lovely game, The Settlers 2. So, first of all, let's switch off Settlers 1. Hello, Max. Yes, Amiga, but not anymore. Because that's enough of that. Let's switch that off. Let's have a cough. And let's open up The Settlers 2. Now, 8-Bit Star Fox over there has been asking me when I'm finally going to play this game since, goodness me, well, since whenever I first started streaming, which is streaming, which was a very long time ago. R.I.P. the Amiga, indeed. I think it's going to look a bit weird on the screen at the moment because it's just loading up a DOSBox game from good old games.
Of Octavius, captain of the Tortius.
Oh.
The morning entry.
Be nice if I could show you that.
For the 12th day in the month of Mars, in the 4th year of the godlike emperor Travianus Augustus Caesar. The Tortius is on course, driven by a wind from the southwest.
So this is Settlers 2, and this is what we were greeted with
the
when we first switched it on.
Storms. If all goes well, we will have reached the Latonic provinces in 4 days.
Try and ignore those flashy cursors just for now.
The second entry on the evening of the same day. Clouds are gathering on the horizon. We are still on the Sea of Storms. I am praying to all the gods. We are expecting a long and dark night.
Do you know what? I'm skipping it. Because it's not very interesting. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. But, never mind, eh? Because the thing is, the reason that I'm calling it out like this is that the Settlers 1 intro was just an absolute wondrous thing of beauty and majesty and delight. And this isn't. Oh, all I'm doing is pausing it. Ah, there we go. Oh, thank you, Max. How about now? Can you hear me again? So here we are in the Settlers 2. Whoops. Gold Edition. 8-Bit Star Fox says, I was born in 2004, yet I still find 90s CGI really nice. Well, that's good. Not me. So yeah, I was critical of this for a few reasons, but I think this time I might find that I actually quite like it, and if not, well, there's an easy antidote. Here, let me tell you in a minute what we're here to do, but first of all, let me just select some stuff. So let's see what options you got in games in those days. Just the screen resolution, that's it. Do I want to go with the full screen? No, I actually don't, and you'll see why in a minute. Roman Campaign, that's the main game. That's what the game initially came with. World Campaign, I've simply never played. Shall we try it? Oh, I get to start up here. Okay. A little bit of European settling this time. And here we go, The Settlers 2. Now, one of the things that I liked this game in that it had lots more buildings to play about with than the first one did. So let's have a look at some of those, given that I now can't remember them. I wonder if I can reverse the scroll direction on the mouse, because it's one of those where if I scroll left, it goes left, and I kind of don't want that. Anyway. Yeah, let's see. Because I can't remember how to play this game, so we're going to find out together. There's the map. Okay, that's about as useful as that can be. Game menu. Okay, yeah, let's see. Oh, README file, brilliant. So there's a game manual there. MIDI player or CD player. Now this is the good old games version. What will happen if I press CD player, I wonder? Because what happened in the 90s was it started playing pre-recorded versions of the... Because this is MIDI you're listening to. Unless this is the CD version, but it was MIDI, and then you listened to the CD version that they pre-recorded. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. There's the same tune we've just been listening to, except it's a version that they've pre-recorded, hopefully to sound the best it possibly can. And well, still not into it. But let's leave it at that for now. Let's have that. No, not endgame. Okay. What we are going to do, ladies and gents, is we are going to enjoy some calm, lovely times. And honestly, this music kind of hinders that for me. A lot of people love this music, but not me. It's too militaristic. It's too serious. However, they had an antidote to that. If we go into the CD player and try and find it. Still a bit pompous, a bit serious. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh, oh. Quite like that one. But again, serious. It's a, it's a bit Sephiroth. But if we get to the end of the track list, oh, that's nice. That's not what I was expecting. Well, that's nice. Let's keep that. Yeah, I remember this a little bit. Oh, listen to that. Oh, that's nice. Okay, here we go. Let's do some building. So, the Settlers, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Settlers 2. What we need to do is we need to cut down some trees, and we need to do stuff like that. And there's a button somewhere on the keyboard. Is it spacebar? Yes. That shows us all of the places that we can build thingies. We can build thingies in all of these places. Now, all I need is a small house. As you can see, there are 3 levels of house. Little, middle, and castle. In Settlers 1, there was only 2 levels. House and castle. Which just meant small or big. And in either case, all I need now is a little one to build a woodcutter. Having built a woodcutter, we then need to connect that flag. Oh yes, that's right, we get a little menu. Oh gosh, I remember now! Oh, how excited I was when I first played this and saw the differences between it and the original Settlers. Yes, lots more UI this time. We want to build a flag, a road, and we want it to go round to there. I'm not sure how it's going to get there. Oh, it went quite a circuitous route. At that point, out come these little fellas. Can you see them? Can you see my cursor? You can, can't you? Right. Out come these little fellas to do some building. And they have to go over there. Now, there is a button that I can press somewhere that lets me zoom in on certain things. What is it? Is it anywhere around here? Maybe I'm going to have to use the README file. Should we load the README file? Oh, I hope this is going to quit out of the game, isn't it? Oh no, there we go. It's in-game README file. Okay, cool. Let's see if we've got the memory requirements. We need around 7 megabytes of XMS memory. Well, do we have 7 megabytes of memory? If you don't have enough XMS memory, then the program will first try to run in a memory saving mode. That's nice. Which means that certain graphics will not be loaded. I wonder if... I actually don't know what... I was making fun there, because of course, I've got 16 gigabytes of memory. But is it XMS memory? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Ooh, the Visa VBE standard for the support of Super VGA graphics. Well, I hope I've got a compatible graphics card with that. I genuinely don't know. What I want to know is is how to do zooming in. Where's the controls? The C and S keys, what do they do? During the game, pressing C shows you names of buildings, okay, and S you can see how efficiently your buildings are being used. Oh, that's good. Changes since the Settlers 2. Don't build more than 1 harbour on each island. Transport will be more efficient this way, okay. If you experience any registry problems in Windows 95, okay. Don't try, well, no, quite. Okay. No, I don't want to know blue light news, I want to know the controls. Maybe I should have looked at the top to see if there's going to be controls. No, there's not. Let's just find out. I'm just going to press buttons and find out. While I was doing that, this man over here has started building this building, so that's good. And if I press C, it says it's a woodcutter. Hooray! Ideally, we want him to cut these trees down so they're not in the way of building. Now, you might already have been able to spot something I wasn't keen on in this game, which is the sharpness of it. You know, I never quite liked how crisp it was compared to Settlers 1 with its lovely sort of tumbly graphics, you know? Like, if you'll permit me to ruin the sound for a moment. Oh, it didn't. Oh, that's right. Well, you'll just have to remember, won't you? They were all tumbly. This is a lot crisper. Is it Z for zoom? Oh, there we go. I've zoomed in. We can get a nice look at what they're doing. This man's gone in to be a woodcutter. And in a minute we're going to see him come out. Here he is. And he's going to go and cut down a tree. I wish he would cut down these trees, but he's going to please himself. So over he goes to cut down a tree. And thus begins the niceness of the Settlers. Oh, and actually, it looks as if I've got a bit of extra space on the screen to make our friends here bigger and more visible. So let's do that. There they are. There we go. And Max is saying that the pixel art on these wee fellas is adorable. Very Lemmings, actually. Yes, I agree. I agree. I don't know, Max, did you see any of the Settlers 1 streams that we did? Because that was even nicer. No, I prefer it down there. I'm going to stay down here at this kind of view. Maybe that's just because it's what I'm used to with the Settlers 1. But it means that we can zoom out if we ever need to have a bigger overview. So, what we've got is this blue fella here, who's going to stand between any two flag points. And he has a long way to walk, because what will happen is the woodcutter, having cut down a tree, I don't know where he is now, what he's playing at, but having cut down a tree, he'll put the wood outside at his flag, and then the carrier will go over to the flag and carry it all the way to the next flag. Sorry, I'm going to have to get used to that because it's a reversed mouse thing. So I can help out by putting another flag, right? So if I put, here he comes. If I put another flag, then he goes over there, and another one comes out to stand in between those two. I don't know if that's more efficient or less. Let's find out by putting yet another flag. And out comes another bloke. Meanwhile, the woodcutter's cut down another tree. He takes the log over there. He puts it outside. And this man here, who's just got a new job, he's just now been assigned these two flags to stand in between. He's going to go and get that piece of wood. And he's going to take it to this flag here. This man is going to take it over here, all the way to the home base. And this is a Roman campaign, or, well, no, actually, no. Settlers 2, we are playing as the Romans. At the moment, we're playing a general world campaign. I think basically we're going to take over the world. That's the sort of thing the Romans are into. So hence the Roman thing there. Instead of the beautiful medieval castle what Settlers 1 gives you, and I missed that. I was not really a fan of the Roman setting. I wanted to go back to, well, I suppose I've never really thought about what country it was in Settlers 1, presumably probably Germany, I don't know, because it's a German game. Anyway, so, we need more than just a woodcutter. What else do you need when you've got a woodcutter? Well, first of all, you need to know where you can build other stuff, and really, we're quite limited by how many trees there are around this woodcutter's house, and I do wish he would sort of hurry up and cut down some of these trees, so that we can build him some neighbours. Let's see if he's about to. Yes. Now, let's see. When he cuts this down, are we going to get space for building? Oh, just noticed a little zoom magnifying glass up in the corner. Oh no, that's just telling me I've zoomed, so that's not. Okay. Okay, now, yes! Great! So now we can build one of the neighbours a woodcutter needs, such as a forester, who replants the trees, or a... Oh, I was going to say a sawmill, to turn them into planks of usable wood, but apparently we're not afforded that just yet. I don't really know why not. Okay, alright, fine. Well, let's not concentrate on that for now. Then let's see what else we can do. There's some rocks over here, so let's put a quarry down. Now, at the age that I was when I got this, which was about 14, I'd been a fan of the Settlers since I was 11, and I hadn't been able to play this because I didn't have a PC and it was not available on the Amiga. So I was very critical of any changes from Settlers 1 because I was like, this is my game, my beautiful, beautiful game. And this one I found to be less beautiful, despite its extra details and its lovely, colourful, you know, flowers and little bobbly mushrooms over there. You know, I don't know, I just found it to be less nice to look at. I was really unreasonable. Like any change, I was very critical of. I've already told you about the Roman problem. Here is a quarry. I wanted it to be called a stonemason's hut, which is what it was called in the first game, but oh well. Now then, here we have a stretch of what ostensibly looks kind of like mountains. We're going to find out what resources are in those mountains, and to do that we need to build flags. We then need to send out geologists. Now, do I need to connect the flag up for a geologist to go out there? I feel like I don't, but I'm not seeing a geologist, so let's connect it up, and let's try again. Aha! Here he is. Here's our geologist. Back from Settlers 1 with his big white beard and head. Or is it just a hat? Okay, now that we've done that for a little bit, let's see what there is to look at, because, you know, I know about how to do the clicking, but I don't really know how to play the more complex inner game. So let's see what we've got. Distribution of goods. What does any of this mean? Granite mine. Well, I don't have a granite mine, so no wonder that's not really filled in. Although apparently my other mines, also which I don't have, doing quite well. Okay. Okay, various things there that I can't use yet. Here's our little geologist, look, having a little knock on the mountain with his hammer. Will he find anything? If he does, he'll put a little sign down to tell us what he found. And he'll go, yippee, or something. No, he didn't. Here's our transport priority list. Look, we can decide the priority of different things being transported about. Gold, apparently, highest up. Wood, really low. Seems weird. Planks of wood higher than that. That makes sense. Hello. Okay, he's going to just keep looking for things in this mountain. There must be something in the mountain, otherwise they wouldn't have put us here. Oh yes, this was the biggest step down, in my opinion, from Settlers 1, was the fact that in Settlers 2, no random maps. So everything is pre-planned, and you pretty much might as well play the campaign. There are free play maps, but now that they weren't random, it all seemed a little bit sort of empty. He just found coal, look. He didn't say yippee. I was expecting him to. I was sure he said a little yippee or something. Let's listen to him again this time, see if he does it. He didn't find anything. I'm not sure if I can speed up the game. I'll look for in a minute for keyboard shortcuts. Meanwhile, we've got a positive on some coal there. Oh, and we've got a positive on my wife. Hello, Abby! Oh, is it? Oh, it's been way too warm around here recently. Today we're enjoying a 24-degree day as opposed to a 29-degree day, which is horrible. Don't want that. Oh, this... Yeah. Okay. I'm now going to switch to speakers from headphones. Hopefully it doesn't echo back on the microphone. I don't know if it will. Let's find out. Because my head was getting too hot. But let's put down a coal mine. There we go, I've put down a coal mine, and now somebody's going to come out, following the road network. They can only follow the roads. They can't go off-road. Or at least, well, normal people can't. There are certain jobs where you can. Like the woodcutter, of course, who's got to go and find some trees. Okay, and while we wait for that, I'm going to call up Edge, Microsoft Edge. Purely because it's faster than loading up all my tabs in either Chrome or Firefox, both of which I have lots of tabs open. Okay, Settlers 2 keyboard shortcuts. Oh, there was a yippee. What did you find? You guys can see, but I can't. because I've switched to Edge. Or can you? No, you can't, because I'm not showing the overview. It was just more coal. So, good, that's fine. There'll be a coal mine there. He'll find some coal. This fella down here probably finds some coal. What about our stonemason? Here's our stonemason. There they are, yippieing away. Our stonemason is going to cut some stone. There he goes, look. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, there he goes, and he takes the peak of the little stone pile, drops it here for our bearded carrier there to take towards home and our stocks. Right, back to Settlers 2. Settlers 2, let's see. Here we go. Yes, keyboard shortcuts. Oh, yes. It looks like if I press V, it speeds up. Not much, but it does. Okay, that's how to speed it up. Okay. This is nice music, isn't it, Abby? Abby's got a Calippo. Nope, Do I want a Calippo? No, I don't. What I want is a biscuit. And I've got my little biscuits here, and perhaps you ought to have a biscuit as well at home. Oh, there's quite a lot of people with us. Here's what's being said in the chat, Abby. Emilian says, the music is lovely. Honestly, between that and Dave's voice, I might end up passed out. It's so calming. That's the idea, Emilian. You just relax. 8-Bit Star Fox says, it'd be cool if there was a pirate Settlers. I just love pirate games. 8-Bit Star Fox, you could not be more correct. That would be great if there was a pirate Settlers, and you were building like a town of pirate ships strapped together, like in the book The Scar by China Mieville, or the film Hook by Steven Spielberg. I thought pirates were the opposite of Settlers, says Mango. Well, I mean, just like in the style of the game, building tropical pirate islands and building like massive ships and stuff like that. Oh man, that'd be ace. There are, mind you, Star Fox, if you stick with us and watch a lot of these streams, my intention is to go through all the games I have like this, and that's quite a few. And before long we'll get to Anno, where there are indeed pirates. It's not a pirate game, but there are pirates. Twitch Travel says, not sure if I'm getting this quite right, but I think Dave preferred the first game. Max says, it's important to have a quarry so that you can acquire stone resources and film TV science fiction. Oh, the music's too loud, apparently, so let's sort that out. Well, actually, what if I kept it at about the same volume and found out if there was anything in the options to turn down? Yes, there we go, music volume. I can turn that right down. Let's try that. Is that quieter now? Oh, I think they want the whole game audio down, so... And actually, those are quite annoying tweety sounds. Yes, the tweeting is more annoying than the music. So let's turn the music back up. But then let's turn... the... Get off. Get off. I want the mouse back, thank you. Game audio down. I mean, it's already down to almost as quiet as it goes. It's weird how loud it's being. How about that? Is that better? Can you still, like, hear it and stuff? Manko calls me a biscuit supremacist. I don't think that's... What's that all about? Ross Original says there was a Pirate Settlers type game. I had a demo for it. Can't remember what it was called. Ross, now your whole mission in life is to find out what it was called, because we need to know. Bless you, Dave, says Emilian. Had the usual trouble sleeping last night. Yeah, and this might be exactly what I needed. If I stop responding, now you know why. Nice field of gravel you got there, says the Manco. Perfect for filming old episodes of Doctor Who and Blake 7. Well, Max has already said something along those lines. And he says at the same time, if the legends are to be believed... what? No, yes. Ah, he's talking about that. Yes. Yes. Oh, I see. Oh, I was given the choice of ice cream and biscuit, and I chose biscuits. No, Manco, you don't understand. I chose biscuits for now. I might have ice cream later. Well, it's not ice cream. Anyway, forget about... Oh, look! Boats. No ships available. Okay, that's for later. Now I'm eating. I'm going back. Oh, yeah! Observation window. Check out this. Let's say we like this woodcutter, right? This is a new thing for this game. See that? I've got an observation window. Now, I can't remember how to use it. Whoa. Oh, there we go. So if I move about until I find our woodcutter, I can park that on him. Oh. There he is. And then it'll follow him around now, and I can just go on with playing the game. Isn't that cool? I move it about. Yeah. Wow. Biscuit. Alright. Time I got on with my job before all my settlers die. What houses can I build and what houses must I build? Oh, that's right. That's right. The reason I couldn't find the sawmill. Of course, Dave, this is true in Settlers 1. What are you playing at, Dave, you silly, forgetful old fool? I need a medium-sized house to build a sawmill because it's a medium-sized house. Look at all these houses we can have. They all do different things. So sawmill first, because that sets up our basic, whatchamacallit, production line. Okay. Oh. Oh. Observation window. Doesn't work very well. Let's get rid of that. It's nice though, isn't it? So here's a little thing that says we're going to be building... Oh, what's he got? A fish? Oh, that's right. Miners eat fish. They're the only people who eat anything. So we might need to send a boat to do some fishing. Now, how do we do that? I guess we build a fisherman's hut, but, like, we can't get very close to the edge of the sea. Maybe we don't need to. Let's see what happens if we just pop one here. Fishery, that must be it. Who's this shrugging fellow? What's he doing? Oh! Yes, he's straightening out the land so that he can build a sawmill on it. Go away, you. There we go. Okay, so they're going to build a fish. A fish. A fish. A fish. By the way, this is weird. I've got 3 little biscuit tins. Well, 2 little biscuit tins and a biscuit Tupperware pot that I keep on my desk, so that my biscuits don't go soggy. You may have noticed in my videos over the years that I have a packet of Hobnobs at the back of the desk beside my monitor. Kind of looks like it's behind my monitor on the videos of Torment and so on, when the camera's over there with the angle and whatnot. They would always go soggy, and I had to come up with ways to stop it happening. So I eventually got these biscuit tins for Christmas, I think, off my mum, or my birthday, one of those. And I've got 2 little biscuit tins and 1 little biscuit Tupperware pot, and between them that makes up 1 pack of biscuits worth of biscuit storage, and it keeps them nice. Now, this pot has a mixture of digestive biscuits and Hobnobs in it. And I had... And it's a see-through plastic pot, so I can see the Hobnobs and the digestives. And I had always been under the impression that digestive biscuits were significantly, or at least were, larger than Hobnobs. You know, that their circumference, they have a wider radius. No! It turns out they're the same size. Hobnobs and digestive biscuits? That genuinely would have never occurred to me. I really thought digestives were bigger than Hobnobs, but they're not. I mean, there's like a millimetre in it. They're slightly bigger, but that's it. Isn't that weird? I've had a digestive biscuit baby. I'm now going to have a Hobnob. Hobnob. Oh, that's crumbs all over my desk now. And egg all over my face. Okay. Oh, look. Look at what's going on over here. Quite a production. This is going to be the sawmill. We've got the planks all sorted out. The, what would we call that? The, not scaffolding, the frame. I don't know. And, oh, let's get an observation window on the fisherman. How do I do it again? An observation window. Okay. Oh, there we go. He's starting now. Now, if I'd been silly and I hadn't... Well, I was silly. I'd have to be even more silly. And if I'd been silly enough not to have set up... Sorry, to have used up all my wooden planks before I got to this point, well, then he just wouldn't be able to build, would he? We'd be in trouble, wouldn't we? Now, I think that was true in Settlers 1. In Settlers 2, there's... Oh, caught a fish! There's something called the emergency program, where when you get down to your lowest stocks, something, 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 and I've never quite known what that was. Because you can still lose the game, you know. You can still have your economy grind to a halt. Now, presumably, real serious Settlers players are trying to do all strategy and stuff. I just like the little houses. I'm watching the little people do stuff. Look at him building there. Oh, has he just fallen down? Oh no, he's building on the floor. He's building a down bit. He's building a down bit. And when this is built, then we're going to see someone go in the sawmill and start doing their job. And I can't remember what that looks like, because I haven't played this. I haven't, by the way, I haven't played this since 1997? Probably. So I'm really having to regain my bearings. I have a tape of me and my friends playing it at my 14th birthday party. That doesn't make sense. Must have been my 15th birthday party. Which was probably my final birthday party. Some of us were playing this in the kitchen, the dining room. And out the back on the Amiga, my friend Ashley was playing Worms. And I heard this great peal of laughter ring out. And we went in to see what had gone on, and it was because he'd seen his first exploding sheep. Except I had jiggered with it, so that instead of just going meh and then exploding, it sang the old "Hello, My Baby" frog song off of that Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and then exploded. That made him laugh quite uproariously. Okay, so, what should we build? Let's build something else. Let's get building. Let's get building. And let's get buildings. Well, we've only got this little stretch of land. And we could do with seeing further to know where, like, in what direction we'd like to expand, because we don't know where the goodies are. Now, there is something we can do about that in this game, which you couldn't do in Settlers 1. First of all, let's just see what this pigeon has to say down here. Coal found. It's all coal found, I think. Okay. Do we click a flag? Yes. Scout. Send out scout. So we send out a scout. There's the scout. Where's he gone? There he is. Now, if you'll stick with me and... I'm not going to play... By the way, I'm not going to, like, play this game through and then, like, try and finish it on streams. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to play it, you know, once or twice and then move on to another Settlers-type game, because I have got a lot of them to show you. And as we get through the series, we are... Let me tell you, some of the stuff you're going to see... You're going to see some beautiful stuff, folks. Really, really nice stuff. It's going to be nice. Oh, I'm just thinking about some of the level of niceness of the stuff that you're going to see. It really is. Just hang on to your hats, because we're going to see some sweet little bustly towns, let me tell you. I think he's done. Is that it? Is that all the scouting you were ever going to do? Just go down there? Is that it? You going home? Useless. What was the point of that? Well, let's send one up in this direction then. Send one there. And also, let's build a flag up here. Oops. Oh, this music's lovely. I really like it. Flag there. Let's see if we can send a scout there, because presumably scouts don't need roads where they're going. Oh, and let's speed up the game. Doesn't have much of a palpable difference, does it? I'm not seeing any scouts, honestly. Oh, there's one. Hey, there he goes. He's scouted over there. And that, he seems to think, is his whole job. Oh, no, he's having a little scout. Oh, he's going every which way. Scouting all over the world. Well, I like it. I like it. Are we going to get one up here or not? Is it going to be the same scout? Perhaps we've only got one scout. Yes. I think he's decided to take on both jobs. Okay. You guys, we're going to see some settling. We're going to see some... There's going to be wizard settling at one point. That's going to be interesting. Because that was the thing that I always... When I was playing Settlers 1, and I was imagining what Settlers 2 would be, I imagined a Space Settlers, and we're going to be playing a Space Settlers. And I use Settlers to refer to the entire genre, because the Settlers was arguably the first in its genre. I think Populous came first, but that's sort of a slightly different thing. What was that, Abby? More of a God Sim, yeah. We're going to see some Space Settlers, we're going to see some Wizard Settlers. Oh yeah, that's right, I was going to say, apart from futuristic Settlers, Settlers with Wizards was the other thing I wanted to see. I wanted them to bring wizards into it. And they never did. They never have. But there's another game franchise that has, so that's alright. Okay, so now let's see what we've ended up with. We can go that way. Just seems to be some generic land, nothing really to get excited about in any direction, really. I suppose maybe we're going to need some more stone. Oh yeah! Now, in more modern games, you would have at the top a thing telling you how much stone and wood you've got. But in this, you have to find out by, I don't know, looking. Stock. I bet that's it. Okay, so we've got 39 planks. We've got 79 stone. Great! Don't need any more stone then. I do need pigs. And I need grain. Not sure I can remember what we need pigs for. Yes! That's a point, isn't it? What is the honking? It sounds like ducks, but where are they? Where are they? There are little rabbits sometimes that you'll see. Yeah, you may well make that noise, Abby. There are very little rabbits, and they're made out of pixels. But I haven't seen any yet. I'll let you know if I do. And to facilitate that... Oh dear. Oh, a pop-up advert. Gosh, thanks, Microsoft Edge. I opened you because you took up less memory than all my tabs on Firefox, but... not if you're going to act like that. Oh gosh, people have been saying a lot of things. I forgot about that. Ross appears to be doing all of Tongue-Tied. But about biscuits. Twitch Apple says, I don't like ice cream sandwiches because biscuits are less nice when they're cold. I can... yeah. There's something to be said for that. Is it... who is it? Is it Ben & Jerry's or is it the other one? But the apostrophe witch that you can buy. Absolutely flipping delicious. We've had to stop eating them because otherwise we would just, I mean, explode both physically and financially. But, yes, for a little while there we ate a few of those. And I did realise by the end that essentially I would be just as happy with cookies. So maybe I agree, but I don't know. You're a veteran player, Dave, says the Manco. If anyone would be playing Settlers properly, it would be you. No, I never played it properly. I just tooled around. Says Paper Brit, thanks to you, I downloaded the old game. So calming. It took me ages to remember how it all worked, but well worth it. When you say the old game, do you mean like this, or do you mean the original Settlers 1? Has anyone made a game that combines Settlers and Dungeon Keeper? Well, yes, Dungeon Keeper. I kind of think of it as part of this genre. Kind of. Adjacently. Oh, we'll stream that. Don't you worry about it. Although I need to figure out the good version of it to stream, because I've bought it on GOG, but apparently there's something up with the version on GOG, and it's better to play... Like, fans have come up with a way of running the original that kind of works better. Not really sure what that's all about, but I'll have to look into it. Right, let's actually play some Settlers. So, first of all, we need more space. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of desert around here. We need, like, verdant green space. Bit of tautology for you tautology fans. Perhaps I'll put... Yeah, I'll use it here. So here's what we do. To expand our borders, we go to the edge of them, and we put down a knight's hut. Oh, yes, it's barracks in this, isn't it? It certainly is. And we need to connect that up. But so we might as well have some other stuff along the way. So perhaps it's time that we should have some little piggies in our little village. Where's the little piggies? Oh gosh, is it a big one? Yeah, pig farm. Okay, pig farm. And next to it, slaughter house, excuse me. Did a little burp. Now, are we going to have enough resources to build all that? Let's see. Speed the game up. Shall I eat a biscuit? No. And of course, in this game there's a lot of restful waiting. And that's why I preferred Settlers 1. It's nicer to look at. But don't worry, we are going to... I'm sure you think this is nice to look at, but wait until you see some of the ones that we're going to be playing. You're going to just see, honestly, some of the just nicest scenery you've ever seen in a game. And bustliest little fellas. Lovely little bustly fellas. When you mentioned wanting a wizard settler, says Manco, my mind went to Dungeon Keeper, like if someone made a nice, pleasant version of Dungeon Keeper. Oh, God, Manco, I'd love that. And they almost have. Like I say, there is a wizard settlers. It's a little bit unsatisfying on some levels, one of those levels being the fact that I only got to experience about 5 levels before I stopped being able to play it because it was too hard. But we'll get there, we'll get there. I'm now going to stand up over a bin and brush all my crumbs onto it. Well, this is the thing. We've just done a big hoover, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get them all in the bin. Let's see how I do. Well, I'm not going to do it under my desk. I'm going to go over here, where it's far away, and I'm going to stand up over the bin, and I'm going to do some shoving to kind of direct the crumbs down into the bin. There we go. I think that was it. I think that worked. Do 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 do. Very, very nice bit of music, that. But we've heard it a few times now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this menu first of all, and I'm going to switch it off. Oh, that didn't work, and it didn't change the volume of the music in the slightest. That must only work with MIDI. There we go. And then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to do this. Oh no, before I do that, actually. This is something I was looking for before. Let's go into the MIDI player this time. Ugh, it's horrible, isn't it? If you don't know, this is the music to the intro to Settlers 1 on the Amiga that they've included as a little nod to that. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm going to take that back. I don't like it when people say they've included as a nod or an Easter egg. They just included it. It's just part of the game. This will probably be the music we were listening to, but MIDI. Oh no. There it is. Oh, it's ever so nice. What does it remind me of? Something on the Fireman Sam album, I think. And then there's this. This is the music to the original Settlers, but played by a horrible MIDI. So we're going to switch it off, and we're going to have the actual music from the original Settlers. It's very quiet. Nothing I can do about that in my real Amiga. Let's see. Sound. Master volume. No, that's fine. Okay, so it's just that it's quiet. Tell me if it's, you know, I've turned it back up again on OBS because I initially did my sound test with this. So, you know, you can tell me if it's the correct volume. So, back to the game then. Oh, yep, pigs, where? I can hear them too. There, oh dear, no. No, it's a very big pig, look. No, not like in the first game where they were just little lumpy piglets. However, I think if we leave him long enough, there will be some piglets. Or her long enough, I suppose. So we'll wait for that. Meanwhile, oh, I missed it, but a nice little knight will have come out. Probably a soldier, because it's flipping Rome instead of medieval town, like a load of rubbish. Came out, walked all the way up here, got in the knight's hut, and expanded our territory. So, quite good form is to simply do that again. Pop another one down. Connect it up to there. And what shall we build? Well, what are we building? We've got a pig farm. We've got a slaughterhouse. Is there anything else that we need to do for that little group? I don't know, but I've got a thing here that tells me. Slaughterhouse. If I type slaughterhouse, needs pigs and water. It needs water. Did I ever know that? I don't know, but I know it now. So, we are going to have to provide them with a well. I did wonder what the well was for. Now I know. Let's put it near to them so that... because, yes, there are a lot of other Settley type games where all that matters is that you have the stuff. So, the woodcutter... No, that's the fisher. The woodcutter over here, yes, cuts down trees. In fact, look, he's cut them all down. I'm going to have to do something about that. So he cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, and and then we've got some wood. In other games, as long as that has happened, your town has the wood. But in this game, look, it has to physically move about. So, I'm going to have to compromise, really. There's not a very good... Yeah, not really a very good way of getting from one have to put it down here. We're going to put down a forester. A forester will plant more trees during the day. During the late afternoon, from about sort of 3:30 till about 6ish, she presents the broom cupboard. But until then, it'll be some tree planting shenanigans. But first, the house wants building. Oh dear, you hear that sound corruption where the Amiga and this are sort of fighting against one another. That's not ideal, but never mind. I'll take mods over MIDI any day. Well, he said mids. And I said it wrong. Let me read it again. I'll take mods over mids any day, says Max. And the first time I typed I typed it as .mods. And it told me who the channel mods were, lol. Not sure, Paper Brits. I've just sort of started what is referred to in this game as the... That's what it's called. No, it's called the World Campaign. It's called the World Campaign. I don't know. Presumably it's just going to be lots of generic levels until we... That's horrible! Sorry, Winry. Or rather, Real Amiga. I can't really listen to that if it's going to be all crumbly like that, so let's get rid of it. Let's just have no music for a minute. Let's just listen to the bird song. It's a bit aggressive bird song, but let's do it anyway. I'm quite interested when they finish the barracks, so I want to see what the soldier looks like who goes and lives in them. Meanwhile... Oh, I was going to build a well. Did I ever do it? Did I, Buffalo? Let's do it now. There we go. Oh, I'm not going to be able to connect that there, am I? No. That is a pain in the neckumps. Aha! There we go. And while we're at it, perhaps we can connect it to there. There we go. Oh, there he is. There he is. An observation window. There he is. Look at him go. And when he goes into his house... that moment... our borders expand, and we can dig out some more stone. That's the word for it, isn't it? I don't like this vertical land that we're having to deal with, though. It's a little bit of a pain when I want to make big clusters of stuff. What will my next big cluster of stuff be, I wonder? Perhaps I should wait until after this one is going. What are slaughterhouses for in this? Who needs pig meat? Sorry? We have. But I mean, who needs it? Because it's not... this isn't one of the games where you've got to feed all the little settlers. I think it's just for miners. I think like just having food is good for them. I'm not sure. Interesting. There's only a certain number of inhabitants that we have. There's a cap on that, and we can increase it by making tools for which we need metal. So let's go looking for them. Plant a little flag, because at the moment, all I've got is coal. Send a geologist there. Send a geologist there. Will I get 2 geologists? Will I get any geologists? Maybe not if I've got too many peasants. This guide is calling them peasants. I'm not sure about that. Don't know if I like that. I just call them settlers. Oh, Harry's getting excited because it looks like there might be rain. Yes, there's a kind of darkish grey cloud overhead. Yes. The Oh, it's a state round here. I'm looking out the window at grass. There's not a lot of grass because we live in the city, but I can see a little corner of it, and it's gone completely yellow over the last couple of weeks. Come on, I want geologists! Okay, so does this mean I've run out of little men? That's a shame. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do under those circumstances. No, you can't just build a house to get people. You have to make tools to get people. Let's see. Do we have any tools at all? Oh yeah, we've got a few. We've got 16, so it should be alright. But it is time to start trying to find metal. Which I'd love to do, but I need a geologist. Okay, well, I'll look it up. Settlers 2. No geologists. Try that. Oh yeah, there's a Settlers game I've never played. Settlers Online. I wonder if that's still up. If it is, I'll play it. I'm currently reading a Game Facts guide, and it says of geologists here, build a road to the top of the mountain and send a geologist. Also, perhaps I do need a road connected. To do that, erect a flag, connect it to the road, then click on the flag again and click on the Call Geologist button. And then he says, who says? This is written by Too Bad. Somebody called Alexandru Too Bad Duta. And he says, in a few seconds, a yuppie grey-haired old man will come out of your HQ and move to the mountain. So he knows a lot about settlers, but I don't think he knows what the word yuppie means. Perhaps he's just referring to the fact that when successful, he goes, yippee! It is actually possible that that's what he was thinking of. Do I still need to call the geologist, or is he already called? No, so let's call him. Thank you, there he is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And while we're at it, let's have another geologist. Will we get another? We will. Lovely. Speed it up so that they can go and find some things. Can you see how many a relaxed afternoon can be whiled away in the sweet little villages and hamlets of the settlers? Right, well, while we're waiting for that to happen, what else should we talk about? What's been going on? I was at a cafe the other day selling copies of Imaginary Gumbo. We had a little small press day, affiliated with Travelling Man, I believe, was it? The comic shop in town, where you should go if you are in Manchester. Ah, what was that? That looks to me like iron, which is exactly the sort of thing I'm looking for. I think. Is it? I can't remember the production trees in this. Let's... What did he find? Tools. Let's see. Okay, needs metal and lumber to produce tools. Okay. Metal? So I guess that's like steel. I guess that's like grey. What needs iron? The mint needs iron. The iron... Oh, the iron smelter needs coal and iron. Oh, I remember. Sorry, yeah, grey is stone, isn't it? That was me thinking that, like, brown and grey were two different kinds of metal. Oh. Oh, this one's found water. So I've gone and built a well in just a random place. But actually, I should have gone looking for water. So let's call a geologist and see if there may be some water there. Didn't realise, though, I had to dig for water. I mean, it makes sense. In fact, it's lovely. Let's have a look at the little... Let's have a look at the little blue sign. Look, there's a blue sign. It's found a spot of blue. Right. So now let's build ourselves a mine. We need an iron mine. What are the other mines? Coal, gold, granite. Yes, stone. Okay, so iron mine. Now then. Oh, hey! Brilliant! I can... Right, in Settlers 1, I don't think you could just click on the middle of a path and it would build a flag where you wanted one, and I can in this. That's good. That is good. There's a little bit of coal over there. We're going to want some coal. Yes, it's only iron around here, so actually, yeah, I'm going to have to... If only there was a place... Yes. Let's have a barracks there. And then we can expand outwards. Now! It is at this point that I realise we may have enemies on the map. We might at any moment bump into baddies. So let's just head that off of the pass by sending out a scout. Do we get a scout without a road? Looks like no. Okay. The reason I'm reluctant to put roads is that, look, we've got two castles here, and often when you draw... Well, not often, always, when you put a road through, that kind of bulldozes what you can put down. But up here we've got a lovely bit of land, so let's just go ahead and preemptively have the barracks, and then we can do all our big building up there. Let's send that scout. Scout, scout, search it all out. Any sign of water, geologist? Yippee! Water! Lovely. Great, so that's probably good enough. And water, water. Oh, it's everywhere. Still just the one pig. Yeah, so I was at the little cafe, and I was... Oh, hey, Paper Brit, if you think dinosaur bones are pretty good, wait till you see portals. Yeah, that is an actual thing in this game. I think the in the campaign levels, at least in the Roman campaign, which is the one it came with, which is not what I'm currently playing, there were these portals that you could basically if you grew your town to incorporate where the portal sat, you would be able to, I think, just warp off to the next level, basically, which might be the case in this one. We'll have to wait and see. What's the point of that button? It doesn't seem to zoom in. Oh, it... No. No, don't know what the point of that is. Let's speed things up a bit. Oh, scouts having a little scout. Scout about. Oh, we're blue. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, one of the things that bugged me that changed about later Settlers games is that you were always the blue team in Settlers 1, and then later on they made you be the red team all the time. Now, I thought that was in Settlers 2. I thought it was one of the things about Settlers 2 that bugged me, but I guess not. Oh, he's having a good scout. Nice big scout. Where's the little animals? You're supposed to find, like, deer and stuff. And you can put down little hunters to go and hunt them. Now, as you can see, everyone's having to go to the main sort of castle to get our stuff and come all the way up here, and that's a bit of a pain. So, I want to put down a storehouse. What are they called in this? Storehouse, okay. Catapult, brewery, shipyard, mint, metalworks, armory, mill, bakery. Yeah, we'll do a bit of baking soon. Just for now, we'll put a store... Did I put a storehouse? Yes. Put a little storehouse down, and then that means that there'll be a base of things, and people won't have to walk all that way, and we won't have to wait quite as long. Because that's what this is. It is technically, this is all about building an economy, and by that, it's not just, you know, oh, we've got enough wood, we've got enough stone. It's the flow of the economy. It's where does it come from? Where does it go? Where does it come from? Just had a little banjo there. This looks pretty built. Where's the soldier to go in it? Have we got a soldier on the way? Anybody? Anybody? Why isn't there a soldier on the way? Is it because I need to provide for a soldier? Oh, that's nice. Oh dear, no wood. But 51 planks, we're okay for now. Do I need to make some gold so that we can have soldiers? I believe I might, but then there isn't any gold in the Ambar Hills, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. Whoa! Check out Philippa, she's been working hard, so let's get a new woodcutter put down there. Oh dear. Oh dear, I literally can't connect it up because there are so many trees. Good job, Forester. I'm gonna have to burn your house down. Bye. And then you see what I can do is, I can build a new woodcutter there. It's already connected. I have to wait for the fire to go out first. How's my storehouse coming along? It isn't. Nor... There! What do we have? What do we have? Is it a fox? It's a little fox! Foxing about on the hills. Great. Great. I look forward to hunting him. I can put down a little murderer's hut. That's still burning. Come on. Whee! Up he goes with his plank of wood. Whee! Right, what do we have? The observation window proves the devs had their priorities straight. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to feed them, says Masked Emerald. Also, hello, Masked Emerald. That's unexpected. Yeah, it is unexpected, isn't it? It's weird, isn't it? You only have to feed the miners. In future Settlers games, you will have to feed everybody. But they handle that in a really nice way. There's a man who makes sausages. It's brilliant. You're going to love him. Paper Brit says, I always wish the geologist signs were a little clearer. If this is an early part of the campaign, the baddies aren't too terrible. They mostly leave you alone. I recall the portals. That's how you move levels. Excellent. Oh, okay, so you are familiar with Settlers already. I want to build there. Can't you get rid of that? I hope that's not going to stay there forever, and I'm not going to be able to build on it. Settlers 3 is when things went off the rails a bit, says Mako. Absolutely correct. I didn't like Settlers 3, but we'll get there. We'll get there soon. He also says, I don't think I've ever read the dictionary definition of yuppie. He might be correct. Yuppie is not, it's not a word like a yuppie. It's Y-U-P, young urban professional. So, by the very nature of it, him being an old yuppie, I mean, that makes sense now. Because it's a man who used to be a yuppie, but not back then it didn't. There we go. So now we can pop down a new woodcutter. And he cut down some new wood. Storehouse is coming along. Still no... Oh! I put down a woodcutter's hut instead of a knight's hut. That's stupid annoying. Oh, right, let's put him there. Oh, that's... Oh, that's well annoying. What an annoying man I am. What a silly... Billy. Okay. Well, there we are anyway. Let's let that take place. How's my storehouse coming along? Oh, quite well, quite well. In future games, there'll be a little thing telling you how much wood and stone and so on is needed, so you can keep track of it. Although, in Settlers 1, all you had to really do was wait for planks to arrive here, and then he would, you know, build the frame, and then stone to arrive, and he would build the outer bit. And then when he ran out of stone, maybe that's the stone, I don't know, but it would, when he would stop building, and then you'd have to wait for more stone. Maybe that's the case in this one as well, I don't know. Nobody seems to be rushing to bring him anything, though. So what do you think? Is this nice and calm? I've realised that not only have I wanted to do this, and by this I don't mean just play Settlers 2, I mean like start a streaming series where we play this sort of game. But, you know, we need some calm in our lives, don't we? Things are not calm all the time anymore, and we need calm. And... Oh, hello, what's that? It's a duck! Duck! Abby! It's a good one.
Let's see the duck. Yay!
There is the duck. I've got it. Zoom in the duck cam. I've set the camera to automatically follow the duck about. He just swum through that rock. There goes the duck.
News.
Duck news. Quack. Duck's found swimming around. Quack. Oh, he stopped.
Duck realises he's being followed. Quack.
There's something a bit sad about that. Oh, there he goes. Now he's off on his quest again. Look at him, what a little lumped up duck that is. There he goes. There he goes. He's got a longer beak than I thought. And there he goes. I'll leave him to his duckings. Don't know if I'm supposed to hunt that duck or not. Well, I think we only hunt land animals, but I'm not 100%. There's a fisherman. How are we for fish? For fish. Wait, why have I got one? Why have I got no pigs? There's a pig right there. Why isn't he making... Why isn't this pig making pigs? I know why. I bet I know why. Hang on. Pigs. Yeah. It's because to produce pigs, the pig needs to eat. We need some grain. Pig isn't going to die, but it's not getting fed. So... But farms require a castle place. So I wish I'd not put down quite as many trees as this. Can I build this road yet? No, yes, but now I can't put a house down in it. That was how good that was. Oh, perhaps I can build a road along the beach here. Yes, great. Lovely. Yes, there we go. See, and now, in Settlers 1, this is a definite improvement. In Settlers 1, if you wanted to place a flag, you had to, like, find a place where a flag could go, and then you had to, like... I can't remember what you had to do, but now it's just a double click. Aha! We've got a bit more land up here now. And also I was trying to expand this way. What's this? Have I built another woodcutter? I built another woodcutter! Can't flipping believe it! I was supposed to expand my land as well! What am I doing? Why can't I build barracks, but I can build millions of woodcutters? Alright, well, do we need any? Don't need any stone, do we? No, got stacks of it. So I don't need another stone cutter. What I need is a wheat farm. So let's put down a wheat farm to feed the pigs. Okay, just farm in this. And perhaps I'll put another wheat farm as well, since I've got room. Yeah. Connect them together. And connect them to... Oh. Can't connect them to that, right? Can connect them to that. Okay. So there we go, we're going to have 2 wheat farms up there. That'll be nice. There'll be a man reaping away like he did before in Settlers 1. Brit says you can just pause the forester rather than burning their house down. Whoops. The worst thing that can happen to a game series, says the Manco, is when the developers become sensible and make a sequel that's more like a proper game. That was Settlers 3 and Command & Conquer 4. What do you mean, like a proper game? How was Settlers 3 more like a proper game than this? Ross has gone to dinner. Flippin' heck! Could you please finish burning down? Aha! Barracks. I can have one right now. I'll connect it up twice so that they have their pick of ways to get there. I should imagine they'll take this road. My storehouse. There we go. Oh, so the storehouse... Okay, so in a lot of other games of this type, clicking on a storehouse basically just, you know, gives you access to your whole town's stocks. But no, this is keeping track of what is, in fact, in each storehouse explicitly. So, I'm going to need... you know, I'm going to want to build... So, for example, the wheat is going to go in here. Okay, so that actually is not... I've not put that there. It's not going to really be useful in the way that I expected, but it'll be useful in other ways that I will now take into consideration. There's a cactus. Because it's the desert. That guy with the funny hat is flattening out the land, ready for my first farm. Speed him up a bit. Ah, meanwhile, I've got some iron. With iron, I can make, you know, iron stuff. Let's see what I can do with iron. Iron smelter. Metalworks and armory. Okay, so ultimately, I want an iron smelter and a metalworks first to make some tools with. Did I do that right? Yes. Yeah. 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 Obviously I've done that wrong. So I put that there, am I going to be able to... I want to connect it up to here, but I can't. There's no big houses. Let's try it this way. Put a metalworks. And then connect that up to that. Yes, there we go. Is it possible to connect? No. So instead, I'll put a flag there. Connected to that. There we go. Nope. Up goes my farms. Both farms going up at the same time there. We're having a bit of private fun here that you can't see. No, it doesn't. That sounds absolutely fine. Haven't got a farm yet. Not quite. Don't worry, pig. There's going to be some farm soon. I wish we didn't live in this stupid deserty, mountainy place where I've only got tiny little bits of grass, though. Ah! Aha! My barracks has been moved into. And if I put another one over here... Connect it up. Then I'll be able to expand upwards. And see what's in those mountains. Actually, let's see what's in these mountains. Ah! Did I just... No, that's fine. Send a geologist out. Oh, that's coming along nicely, whatever it's going to be. What is it going to be? An iron smelter. Nice. Oh, here's my farm. And of course, a farmer is going to have to come trudging all the way from there up to the farm when it's finished, which will not be in too long of an amount of time. Oh, hang on a moment, I've got a message from a friend here. Right, I think it's time we put that music back on again now. Yay! Well, that's right, I can't turn it down. There we go, how about that? Can you hear me? Oh, I've just got to talk to Abby about a thing that's it's not a private thing, but it's just not something I'm going to talk to you about. So, give me a moment, and I'm talking now. Give me a moment, and I was talking when I asked, and I will say the thing to Abby, and then I'll be right back. Hello! Yeah, so we're just arranging when to meet a friend. There we go. Oh, yes, I should probably have done something on. They've left you with something to see. Oh, look! Look what's going on over here. They've started doing some farming. Look. So we're soon going to have some grain. Have we got any grain yet? What's happening with the pigs? No, no grain yet. Oh, look, what's he carrying about? Is that some coal? Can I connect these roads up? Yeah! There we go. Just a neat little bit of shortcuttery. Okay, so he does seem to have coal, but what's it for? Where are they taking the coal, I wonder? Speed them up. Oh, it's just going in. Oh, no, no, of course! In the iron smelter! Ah, look, and it's showing me how much they've got inside, so I guess... Oh no, they only need 1 iron and 1 coal to smelt up some iron. There's a bit of smeltering going on there. What's that, a tool? It's a tool. Who made that? This guy? Metalworks! Way! Brilliant! There it goes, look! Making some stuff. And then that will come out as a tool. And that means, I don't know, just that our stock of little people won't complete. Ah! Here's a bit of hay or whatever it is. I don't mean that at all. I mean wheat. And there's the man reaping. Let's follow that wheat. See where it goes. Because I think it's going to go to a pig. Yes. You may have noticed that the little carrier settlers, I think of them as a species, you know, like lemmings. The little carrier settlers have different animations, little idle animations that they do. In the first one, they just sort of, you know, readjusted their footing and kind of moved about a bit. In Settlers 2, they do all sorts of things. There was one that blew a bubble with some bubble gum up there. There's some of them do some skipping, some of them read a paper. Here we go, some wheat goes into the pig farm. How long before we have to... Okay, we've got 1 wheat. Oh, look! The man's feeding the pig! Okay, so it looks like kind of you need 1 of each thing for the thing to happen. What does this mean? 0%. Little pig in front of a building. Big pig. Oh, no, I do want it to continue happening. Feed that pig. Get that pig fed. We've got loads of water. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Speed up, speed up. We want piglets! We want piglets! Oh! Oh! He made a pig! There's a pig! Well, that's all well and good, but I want pigs out here. I seem to remember they do have piglets, but I'm not sure about that. Can't swear it. Hope they do, because I want piglets! What else is going on meanwhile? This is one of those games where you're like, what else is going on meanwhile? Oh yeah. So we are eventually going to want to expand our territory in one direction or another. Have we geologized around here yet? Get geologing. Which way do I want to go? Do I want to go up here, into the mountains, or up here into goodness knows what? Well, let's send a scout to find that out. Because then, when I know where I want to build... Oh, well, I can't build that way. Alright, so, well, that decides it then. We'll have a barracks there. And then... to use some of this wheat that I've made... Oh, a cool dude. You hear the cool dude? Cool dude went past. We will... Really, I need a mill and a bakery, but I've only got enough space for 1. Well, it'll have to be a mill first. Unless there's any room down here somewhere. No, that's nowhere near this stuff. shame. That's a shame. Well, it'll have to be a mill first. Wait. Yeah. Alright, I might as well connect up then. But then, you see, when he moves in here, we might have some space up here for a bakery. I'm not sure who the bakery benefits, but it benefits us. We get to see some little bread getting made, you know? Exactly, Nalani. However, we've now been settling away like this for a good 2 hours. Oh, no! Piglets!
Piggies! Yay! Ah,
Look at that!
I smell.
Just one squidge them and throw them and see what position they land in. Yep. Thank you. I was talking there about the game Pass the Pigs, which is famously played with small rubber pigs. However, I am a fan of a small pig because when I was very little and I first started school, not, I shouldn't imagine, before the invention of the game Pass the Pigs, but, well, I suppose it's possible. When did they make it? Let's find out. Wiki, Pass the Pigs. Pass the Pigs. It is a commercial version of the dice game Pig. Oh, really? Anyway, but using custom asymmetrical throwing dice. Yes, and the dice are little rubber pigs. Yes, but when was it made? There's no date on it. Okay, I'm going to have to go to Pass the Pigs at Board Game Geek. See when they say it was made. 1977. Okay, so well within the time that the game Pass the Pigs existed. I started school, and my teacher just happened to have one of the pigs from it, and you know, and I'd never seen the game Pass the Pigs, so this was where I first saw them. Little rubber pig, not unlike the ones you see on your screen right now, and it didn't have a dot on it or anything like the Pass the Pigs do. And she also had a frog and a horse of the same sort of general design. So it seems to me that Pass the Pigs got its pigs and gets its pigs from a company that was already making pigs. And this, the biggest moment of this, came in the summer of 1992. Shall we say? We might want to say 1994, but I think 2. One of them. No, not 4, sorry. It was either 3 or 2. When, we went to this lovely little village somewhere in Yorkshire, and I think this place was basically for people to go on holiday in. And we rented a cottage there, one of many, lined up along the hills. All of which were, you know, being rented for holidays. But they just looked like normal houses. Well, no, not normal houses. They looked like sweet, lovely houses. Of the sort you might find in a Settlers game. And down the hill from them, just, you know, literally across the road, was a little gift shop. And some sheep just free roaming. Don't know whose sheep they were. They were just wandering about on the hills. And a little bridge and a little brook. It was ever so nice. And if you went into the gift shop, and we did, they had, among other things, obviously, it'd be really weird if this is all they had, a barrel of rubber pigs of the Pass the Pig sort. And if you don't know the Pass the Pig sort, then you can look at these piglets and imagine having little rubber ones of those. About, size-wise, the size of the topmost segment of your index finger. About that size, right? Barrel of them, which I remember as being sort of waist height. Mind you, I was quite small, so to you now, assuming you're a grown-up, they might be about knee height. But it was still a relatively deep barrel of rubber pigs, full to the brim with these tiny rubber pigs. What do you think I did? I bought some rubber pig. Well, I bought our rubber pig. It's about 20p or something. I don't know why I only bought one. Like, that was a ridiculous idea. I should have bought loads. I should have spent all the pocket money I had and just bought nothing but these tiny pigs. But I bought one, and then I think the following year I bought another one because we went back there. That's why I wasn't sure what year it was. And, but before all of that, the first thing I did, the very, very first thing I did, was I put my arm right in the pigs. Right up to the shoulder. In little rubber pigs. It was great. That was a nice feeling that I wish you guys could experience. Hooray! Let's have some more land. Hooray! Look at this game, is it nice? This is like the least nice one, in my opinion. There's going to be some really nice settling going on. Okay, so we've got some more space now. Obviously, we want another barracks, because we want to continue our progress in that direction. We're going to have one here as well, if we're going that way too. Oh, I can't have a barracks, as I'm too close to the previous barracks, I suppose. Oh, I'm just stuck then in that direction. Oh no, I can go up this way. Interesting. Okay, so I can build anything I want around here, but they're all little houses, so that's not much use. This is the only one where I can put a bakery. I hope these aren't all too spread out. Oh, what? I can't even connect to the... What the hell? Why not? Ah. What are we going to do then? Alright, well, first of all, I'll connect you and you. And then down there? Yeah. Inconvenient. Okay. I'd be able to connect that up. If only there weren't so many trees. So how about we rectify that with a woodcutter? Oh, except I can't connect it up because of all the trees. Okay, gonna have to be that. It's a compromise, but it'll do. And now we've got lots of space up here that we can geologize. Let's get a couple of guys up here. Meanwhile, we've been having a look around here. Mostly more iron. Do we need more iron? How are we doing for iron? We've got 24 lumps of iron. And... oh, 1 iron, 1 anvil. So really I need more guys making iron. Oh, it's because I need coal. Have I got a coal mine? Is that a coal mine? That's a coal mine. Send some geologists down there as well. Might turn out that there's lots of coal everywhere and I can have loads of coal mines. Is that what it is? Do I need more coal? No, I've got loads of coal. I don't know what the problem is then. Hey guys, why aren't you making more iron stuff? Who is it? You, the iron smelter? Got 2 coals. Alright, well, you're all just sort of muddling along as best you can. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Couldn't hurt to have another iron mine, though, could it? I guess we'll have it there. No, I'd like it down here because there's a neat sort of path through. Let's just see what's there. Okay, so that's all going on. Meanwhile, up here, what do we have? Nothing? Really? Nothing? Point to that mountain then. I shall have to search over there. Oh, oh, oh. I hope I don't deplete my whole population by making so many geologists. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Is past the pigs the beyond Cyberdome of pigs? It's Thunderdome, isn't it? Hello, Rational Sloth. Paper Brit has found past the pigs. Sorry, Paper Brit, I don't recognise the name Paper Brit. Is that because you're a new person, or because you're a person I know who's now using the name Paper Brit? Either way, hello, a big Dave's Place welcome. And in fact, why don't I sort you out with a Discord link? Why don't I sort you out with a little Discord link? Oh, over on the Discord at the moment, Spanky is pointing out that Peter Capaldi would make a perfect Frollo in Hunchback, and that's correct! And the reason why he said that... Yes, yes, yes! Abby! Disney are doing live-action Hunchback with Peter Capaldi as Frollo! That'd be amazing! Oh my god! Yay! Brilliant! Oh, that'd be ever so good. Max, are you still with us, Max? Because let me recommend to you the guy who played Frollo in the stage version of Hunchback. Also very good. He sounded very Frollo-y. He, you know, like when you first hear him on the CD, you're like, oh wait, is this just the same guy? There are bootleg recordings of that show that can be seen on YouTube, so you can watch the actual whole thing. And it's the same guy, interestingly, who played the Green Goblin in that dumb Spider-Man show. But he was very good in it, and he's very good as Frollo, being extremely serious. Oh wait, Max is saying the source for this is just a random Facebook post, so it might not actually be real. There was me getting all excited. Anyway, this is the first time I managed to catch your stream live, says Paper Brit. Know you from comics. Really? Oh, are you the Brit that we know from comics? Are you our Comic-Con friend, Brit? Are you that Brit? And here's Kiddly as well. Okay, I got back to this tab, says Kiddly. Hello, Kiddly. Well, if anybody is around who wants to come to our Discord, I'll just post a link. Here you are. There you go. That does make sense that you call yourself Paper Brit, because, you know, paper and that. Yeah. You know, we use paper, don't we? in our weird industry. I don't think I've ever talked to you about video games, Brit. What do you think of all this? Is this your sort of thing? Well, you seem to be familiar with the Settlers, so I guess it is. Oh, there we go. Look at all those lovely castles. Brilliant. Oh, if I'd have known, we would have had a big, long natter about the Settlers. It's probably a good job that I didn't know that. For the sake of those with us, who perhaps wouldn't want to listen to us wittering on. Okay, so we've got coal up here. Now, obviously, it would be cool if we could find some gold. But it doesn't look like we can. At least not in that direction, maybe in this direction. Let's continue to expand. Do do just for the hell of it. Let's see if there might be something interesting up here for us to have a little geology at. No, I meant that. Yeah, so you're probably getting the hang of Settlers 2 at this point. It just sort of carries on like this until your place is really big and sprawling. At which point, you just, I don't know, you just play the next level, I suppose. Oh, there's a point. Let's send some scouts out, because there might be some baddies around that we might have to deal with. Oh, hello, who've we got? Who've we got? It's a deer. A deer? Is that the word for one deer? That's quite nice, but it's not a rabbit. I want to see a rabbit. Nice that we've got mushrooms. Oh, by the way, Settlers 2, I can't remember if this was the base game. No, I don't think it was. No, you had to buy an expansion. But when you bought the expansion, you got a level editor, and you could make your own Settlers levels, which seemed extremely exciting because, you know, I already said there was a distinct lack of random level generator in Settlers 2. And I wrote to the developers. I bet that was supposed to be a barracks. Oh no, it's a... Oh, I finished all my... Oh look, he's finished all of his stone. Alright, well. Let's put a barracks in. Let's go down this way. Yeah, I wrote to the devs to ask, like, if they would put random levels in the expansion pack. And they said, we can't. We'd like to, but it's... the fundamental way that we've built the game means that we can't do random levels, they said. And I was a bit miffed. But yeah, they brought out an expansion pack, presumably with more free play levels in it to make up for it. Oh look! My baker's asleep! Oh! Is that what he does when is that his work animation? He just sleeps outside the windmill. I didn't mean baker, I mean miller. Anyway, my miller's asleep. And that concludes today's Miller report. Yeah, I wrote to them and they said, no, you can't have random levels, I'm afraid. So I was a bit cross. But yeah, they brought out this level editor and I thought that will solve the problem. But of course, if you're making your own levels, you know what I mean? That's not random either. So, and you know, like, too much about them ahead of time because you know where the gold is and stuff. But of course, I didn't mind at that age. I was only 14. So I was like, hey, well, 15 maybe. Whatever age I was like, hey, obviously what I'm going to do with this level editor is I'm going to put all the coolest stuff in. So I was putting down like millions of gold everywhere and millions of mushrooms just because I like them, and rabbit. You could just put down billions of rabbits and you would click them in the level editor and they go hopping off. The only thing is that it was kind of too hard to understand how the level editor worked. There was a certain amount of... I feel like I want to say coding involved. That can't be right, but it was a bit complicated anyway. Right, so now that this is an area that's got this deer, might as well put a hunter down. Let's get a lovely little hunter down. Hunter, there he is. I don't know if my voice is synced with the music or it isn't. Probably not. That's a lovely intro. I really like that intro. And it does remind me of the Fireman Samo. Okay, as you know, I am a guy who had a keen interest in tapes as a small child, and I'm able to still sing to you much of the music that I had on some of the better ones. But I was lucky in that at that time when I was a kid in the 80s, they really were making some good albums for children. They were. They really were, like proper ones that are so good musically that I'm kind of cross at the state of children's music ever since. And honestly, one of those was the Fireman Sam album. It really, I mean it, was good. Like, challengingly good. Like, the music was so intelligently written that it kind of took me until adulthood to be able to appreciate it and or even almost sort of like listen to it properly. Because there's some very interesting time code stuff and chord stuff in there on the Fireman Sam album. I mean it. I want to do a video about it, but like, I don't know if it won't be in the copyright box, will it? The Fireman Sam album. I'll try it. But, you know, what I'd like to do is just literally just let you all hear the album, but there's no real non-piratey way of doing that, even if it's no longer in print and hasn't been for about 30 years. Which is a real shame. I think I might start writing to some of the people who made that, actually, and let's see what they think about it. Because it deserves to be out there. It really might be the best children's album I've ever heard. It's very, very clever. And anyway, the intro to this sounds a lot like a couple of bits on that album. God, don't listen to me whinging on. Dave, are you going to London Comic Con? Not this year. We're yet to book ourselves into any London Comic Con, but maybe when we've got a couple more Gumbos done, first collected book, perhaps then we'll go to London Comic Con. Or perhaps we'll go there in order to try and raise money to print the book. I forgot there's a limit, says Nalani, to how many carriers you can have in this. So used to Knights of Merchants, where they're free roaming and not unlimited. Oh yeah, I've got Knights of Merchants. I'll be playing that another time. Was it you that recommended that to me, Nalani? Yes, I've never hit the carrier limit, I don't think. Unless I have. Did you see something that made you go, oh yeah, there's a carrier limit? Oh, it's so good. Oh! Right. Well. Bye. No! Oh! That wasn't a fisherman. But it was a woodcutter, and all this land is cleared now. I wonder if I can build anything good. Yeah, there's a couple of castles there. Sweet. Okay, let's have a fisherman, I don't know, up here. That might be close enough, but let's have one up here. Thank you. Right. Okay, so what have we got down here? What's this? This is my sawmill. Ah. Sawmill. Quarry, I don't need that anymore. There's no stone there. Whoops. Let's expand. Oh, perhaps I could have more farms or something. Well, let's have a look. What are the options? There's metal stuff. That's not really for over here. Brewery. What do I need to make beer? Is that? I'm guessing that's what, wheat and water. Let's find out. Water and grain, yes. And I'm guessing beer. Beer is usually for soldiers. So that's probably what that is. Soldiers tend to need money and beer. Dum dum dum. Oh, donkey breeder. Yes, let's have a donkey breeder. We'll see what that's for in a minute. And then we've still got a bit of space, so I could just have a random farm just for no reason. Couldn't hurt, could it? Yeah, go on. And a barracks. Well, or... Right. Get lost, get lost. Get roffed? What does that mean? Let's have a scout. Find out what's over there. Over there. There we go, I've connected up my land. Brilliant. Lovely, lovely. So we'll have another barracks there, but I won't connect it up yet because that's not a priority direction. And then we'll have one. There, I guess. Oh, this is lovely. I was going to have stopped playing this quite some time ago. Wasn't I? But I have not. So done. Because it's just lovely. It's just lovely. I just want to keep clicking away at it and spending a nice time with all the little settlers. What live in this here base. Is that a sheep? Sheep! Oh! Where's that hunter? Is this him? No. Bum bum bum. Hunter. House unoccupied. Is he? Why? I want it occupied. Is there a little hunter on his... Oh, 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 what do we got here? A donkey! See, now we've got faster carriers. Oh, and it looks like they've upgraded some of the roads for donkeys to go on. Cool. Oh, the little donkey by itself just picked that up and it's going off by itself. Oh. So, right. 0 planks of wood, really? Right, we're going to have to do something about that. Not planks of wood. Logs. Logs of wood. Logs. Logs of wood. Logs of wood. Logs of wood. Logs of wood. Oh, here's a bit of trees and that. Save the place there for a barracks. Oh, I love this bit of wood. Not wood. I love this bit of music. Oh, I love this bit of wood. Lovely bit of wood. Oh, that was so nice. Bit of wood. Is that a duck? Nope. It's just the pole that marks the end of my... No, is that a little fella? Is that some... It is! Rabbit! 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 Rabbit and sheep.
Whoa. It's a good little rabbit.
Isn't it? Sorry, Abby had to come running then, just to put down whatever it was she had. Why haven't I got Hunter there? Oh, that's right, I was going to look up if I've, like, run out of, like, settlers, as it were. Settler resources. Well, I've got 269. Oh, helpers, they're called in this, that's nice. But... private? Oh, right, as in a soldier, yeah. Whoa, look at the donkey! Look at him! But there doesn't seem to be anything here that's like how many like guys I can have, you know? Dum dum dum. General statistics. Oh, look at these other guys. Whoa! There's like a load of other players. Why have they all got these millions of different colours? What do they mean? Oh dear, I'm the worst. I'm the worst one. Okay. Merchandise statistics. Oh, whatever. I've never understood any of this stuff, which is probably why I'm not very good at the game. Ah, so this is where I get to prioritise what goes to where, so I can feed my coal miners more if I need more coal and that sort of stuff, I guess. This is what tools I've got. Don't know if any of that's actually useful. Crucible, what's that for? I guess that's for bakers. That's for butchers. Can I like... Oh, okay. This is like a designated amount that I would like to make. Like the like. Oh wait, so the toolmaker. I actually could do with a few toolmakers then, because it looks like they make all this stuff. What? I didn't know that was necessary. I thought you just needed to have a house for each thing. Well, all right. It's going to remain a bit of a mystery how many people I can have and. Oh, my hunter is now a person that exists. There he is! There he is! There he goes, look. There he goes. Is he after that sheep? Must be, yeah, there he goes. Dong! Got him. Ruggaduggadug. Cuts the meat off it. Goes wandering back to his house. Unusually big feet he's got. Speed him up a bit, and then when he gets back to his house, he drops the meat there. Hooray! Now, looks like we're about to get a night's hut occupied. Now, the interesting thing... I'm hesitating already because it's not that interesting. A thing... Who are you? Are you a scout? Yes. Is that this is running in a... not at its highest resolution that it goes. And initially, at the start of the game, you know, do you remember I thought I was going to spend the whole thing zoomed in like this? Because that resembled Settlers 1 more, and also because, I don't know, that was what felt comfortable. But now, this feels more comfortable because I need to take in more information. I need to see more where more of my houses are and so on. What I'd like to do is maybe to finish off in a minute by switching to a higher resolution game mode and just see what happens. Because what could happen there is that, like, it could, you know, go wrong with OBS. You know, the stream might not work, or it might go all weird and funny. But we'll see. Paper Brit says, I grew up playing this game. Ah, this one or the first one? And this one, I'm guessing you mean. Because that's what you said. So I'm like, why would I be like, oh, did you mean a different thing than what you said? Sorry, Brit. Am I going to Alcom this year? Yes, I believe so. I think that is on the cards. Oh, Nalani said, I forgot. If there's a limit. Wow, that took me a long time to notice, and I really went on and directed the whole thing I was doing based on a misreading of that. Sorry. Whoops. Manco wasn't sure about this at first. Yes, now, it has got a bit repetitive, though. It doesn't. I don't think it's as long as the Settlers 1 music. Let's find the Settlers 1 music on YouTube. Okay, there we are. Let's shush that. That is shushed. Here we go. Here's the real Settlers music. Yeah. Here we go. I wasn't there last year, Sloth. Don't you sorry me, Nalani. That was entirely my own fault. You were very clear. Sorry if my microphone is out of sync. Let's get some of those trees chopped down. And let's see if there's any gold. Ding ding dong ding be ding be ding. Bing bingy bing 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 bong bongy bong bong. Doop doopy dee doop doo. Oh yes, this is the problem with having a microphone that's often out of sync. And playing the Settlers music. Very difficult for me to avoid singing along to that. Sorry. What's going on over here, by the way? How about my... Ugh. The size of this baker! Oh, no, he's not. He's just got a big baker hat on. There he goes. Just made a bit of bread in his outdoor oven. Pops it on the ground there. Ugh. Lovely. Hope he wrapped it up. Doesn't look like he did. Doo. And there he goes again, doing a bit of baking. And there he goes. With his tray, like always. So now we've reached the point where I've got a wealth of places to build, but what do I build in them? Let's try a geologist up here. I think I've been sending geologists to these mountains and then just not the signs go away, and I haven't seen in time what they found. So let's speed her up, and let's wait to see what those geologists do. Oh, look! This one's got more iron in it than this one. Don't think it did that in Settlers 1. So you can choose where to position your iron mine better, that's good. Yeah? What was that? Coal. Iron. Look, I've got all this. Will somebody find me some gold, please? That's what I need now. Oh! Oh, look! I can expand across the mountains. That's unusual. Don't usually get to do that in a Settlers game. Oh. Oh, I love this. You guys. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's the border of an enemy country. Full of enemies. See if I can go and have a look at them. Well, he's found some stone, but I'm alright for stone. Dee 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 doo dee doo doo. Do a bit of scouting. You're being away. Any gold though? Any gold? No. Dum diddle dum 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 diddle dum 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 dum. I seem to have found the way to make myself enjoy this game thoroughly, and that is to play the appropriate music. Because I'm enjoying it quite thoroughly. I'm finding it very Moorish at the moment. Oh no! Oh no! They've got yellows that side, or greens that side. And there's me trying to expand across the mountains, but if there's yellows and greens up there, it's not going to work out, is it? Oh, things are getting tense, aren't they? Right, reader? They're tense, right? Yeah? Do 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 do. Doop 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 doop. Looks like my scout is having a little look at this enemy land. Oh, you guys. I'm into this, I'm into this, I'm into this, it's clicking, it's clicking. Oh, look! Who have we got? got different kinds of houses than me. Oh no, that's just a well. I'm just not used to them, so I've only got one. Okay, so I'm soon going to need soldiers. And I'm pretty much stuffed. Uh-oh. Oh no, bad guys that way as well! Dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay. So it looks like I've reached the limits of the land given to me to the south. And I've pretty much reached the limits of the land given up here as well, so how am I ever supposed to find gold? Because without gold, then there'd be no stalk to get up to the giant in the first place. Oh no, it's beans. Without that gold, I can't make any knights. Oh wait, I've already got knights. So it's obviously fine. But there's something I can't do to do with knights and gold. Is this lagging? Is that going really slowly? Or is that just how fast the game is? That's just how fast the game is. What's going to happen? Oh, there's a nice bit of neutral ground up there. Perhaps I'll connect that one up. But then the thing you see here, when I get a knight's hut there, I'm going to be encroaching on territory then, and these guys might want to fight me. Let's find out. I might with that one as well. Dum 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 dum. And I think there was another one. Can't remember where now. Maybe it was just that one. Do 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 do. Oh, this is lovely. I meant the music on that occasion. Settlers music. So good. Oh, here we go. What's going to happen? Okay. That's fairly painless. Oh, have we got any wood yet? Yeah, a little bit. Oh no, only 6 planks though. Okay, I'm going to have to start upping my game. Well, here's a good game upping area. Let's have... flag? Wait, can I build a road this way? No. Okay, so... Oh, let's have a woodcutter here. Connect. Oh, what? Alright. No woodcutter there then. Woodcutter there. Flag. Storeroom. And then plankery. Sawmill. So we've got a whole little production area down here. And then just for good measure. Dum dum do 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 do. Let's get Philippa out again. Do do dee 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 doo. Bum 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 dum do do dum dum do dum dum. What team are they? Just the black team, grey team. Dee 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 dee. Right, so now I'm at the point where I'm low on planks. Oh dear, I'm very low on planks. And so I need to ensure that my woodcutters and like plank building areas get built. And I bet I can do that with one of these. I can't really. I can't say that, like... No, I can't... No, cool. Oh, cool! Nice. So I can't prioritize certain kinds of building. I can't go, like, forget everything except the sawmill, for instance. Dum, 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 dum. So I'm probably heading towards the I'm screwing it up portion of the game. Dum, bum, bum, dum, dum. Now, they haven't yet built this. I wonder if my guy gets there quick enough, it'll, like, override their ability to build there. Let's see. Here he is. What was that? Did you hear that? Something went like... Woo-hoo. Oh. 2 knights going this way. I guess because we're up against enemy territory, they're gonna... really... sort of... 3 knights? Or was that just 2? 1, 2... It's like 2 swords and a shield guy. Oh no! No. That's how much... That's the money that they ought to have. But they haven't, because we haven't got any gold. Because there isn't any gold on the flippin' blimmin' blinking blithering map. Unless it's here. Hey, you read my mind. Or rather, I had previously come to the same decision. Let's get a couple out there. Might speed things up a bit. Oh dear, things are getting a bit... Oh dear! No attack possible. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, they've gone right into my area! Rotters! What's this? Barracks. Why can't I attack? Because I'm supposed to have 2 guys in there. Oh no! And that's because I haven't got any gold! Arrgh! Come on, geologists, find some gold. Oh. Sounds like we just expanded in some direction or another. This one, apparently. Oh, more mountain, more mountain, more mountain. Might be gold in them thar hills. Let's try that. Meanwhile, back over here. No! I need gold! Oh, you absolute rotters. No point really going down there. It's the edge of the world, so there's no possibility of expansion. Dum dee 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 dee. Bum 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 bum. Any tips, Brit? Sloth says, "Will I be going?" No, I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to do my set and do some songs. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Dum 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 dum. They're gonna pay for wearing a different coloured shirt. Yes, it's a very... I feel as if there's a version of this world where we could have made diplomatic progress instead of just fighting one another, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to have to fight one another, I'm afraid. Oh, I forgot to have any hay fever medicine today. Yeah, I've been alright though. Okay, and let's get... No. Let's get geologists out here. This is a very old game, so I feel as if I ought to be able to, like, increase the speed still further. And really, you know, really get the things zizzing along. And maybe I can. But I don't know how. Maybe that's a basic function of DOSBox that I don't know about. Just a moment. Oh. She says, near the snow there, look there. Oh, what, here you mean? Okay. No, just me this year, Sloth. Whoops. Gold! But it's right on the edge of enemy territory. Gold! There, go. Gold. Begin. No. Diddle. Diddle. Sorry. You know what? Let's have two. They'll probably take us over soon, but we can get as much gold out of the hills before they get to it. And in fact, can we even expand? No. Oh, it's going to be fraught. Bum. Buy all the soldiers to protect them. Make sure you've got enough swords and shields. Oh no! Oh no, swords and shields! Oh no! You're right! I need to go down to my iron area. And, come on, let's have a couple more iron mines, actually. Where's the iron around here? Dum. Bum. Dum, yes. That was an excited noise because Abby has bought some Swiffer cloths, which were sorely lacking. Dum. Come on. Oh, I'm getting all excited now. That's the thing. These Settlers games, you know, they're so incredibly slow and gentle, but there comes a time where you're like, oh, come on! Oh, I've just realised I've not got my little wood house area anymore. Right, so... get off! Right, so what have I got? A woodcutter, but there's no trees. A sawmill, but there's no wood. Barracks, but there's no flipping soldiers, unless... No. What was that supposed to be? That was a woodcutter. It's not connected up anymore. Let's get rid of it. Dum. That's on the edge. I don't really want to. Ah, around here is perfect. We'll have a woodcutter here and a forester. There we go. Over here as well. Iron line there. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 bum bum. How do I get out of this road building? There we go. Do, 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 do. Why hasn't he connected his road up? That's weird. If I put a barracks there, what would happen? Well, I can't, but I can put a lookout tower, which is probably about the same. Dum 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 dum. Look at them all our settlers. Look at them. Now there are some games, aren't there, where zooming in like this would get you, you know, it would actually give you a higher resolution. Like that's just literally zooming in on the game. But I quite like it like that because, you know, I like me a pixel. I really do. Anno is a sort of a rival settler series, and that right the way from the start, that always started with a system where if you zoomed in, it was literally new versions of the models where they were higher resolution. I don't know if you've seen this, everybody, but I did a video that I'm very proud of about all of this, which was called Learning to Settle. So if you Google Demon Tomato Dave Learning to Settle, or go on YouTube and search for that, you'll find a video about the differences between the Settlers 1 and Anno 1 and how that pertains to Brexit. And it's quite a good video, if I do say so myself. I'm quite pleased with it. Don't usually get political on YouTube, but on this occasion I did. And I was able to say that those of us, like myself, who were not in favour of Brexit, saw the world in one way, and people who were in favour of Brexit saw the world another way, and those ways can be expressed in comparison to... Oh, they're having a fight! In comparison to the Settlers 1 versus Anno 1. So, Demon Tomato Dave, Learning to Settle. Go and have a look for that. Hey, I won! Wow! I obliterated the guy and he turned first into a skeleton, then an angel, and also a sort of cloud of smoke. Nice. Unfortunately, I can't find his barracks to get back at him, so send out a scout. Try and find it, track it down. Send out two, it's important. Come on, you guys. I need you on board with this. I need some gold mines.
Take them to the gold mine and start them digging at once. That would be a good idea.
Gotcha, Miss McDade. Dee 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 dee. Doo dee doo doo. Yes, Sloth Abby is putting on a pizza. It suits her very well. Right, there's one mine built. Is that a miner or a builder? What are you? Miner? Builder? Builder, he hasn't got what he needs yet. Okay. Is anything forthcoming? Wow! I've tried to... do you remember when I tried to stop playing this like an hour ago? That's just how Settlers is. You know, this... Because you're having to think a certain number of steps ahead. You kind of can't stop playing it till the level ends sometimes. Sorry? Oh, is that when the dinner's ready? Ooh, I've got 10 minutes, folks. Dum, dum. Let's speed it up. Nobody's bringing any materials. I've got a lot of grain, at least. Or flour, or whatever that is. Yeah, flour is what I mean. Wait, is that because we've got nothing? Ah, we've got nothing! Ah! 106 stone, but nowhere near enough wood. Is there anything I can do about that? Where was it? I did tentatively set up a little wood area, didn't I, recently? Where was that? Over here. Ah, they've not built it! Oh no! Oh no, here. Forester. And... woodcutter? No. No, I didn't build a woodcutter. I shouldn't build one now because, you know, I've run out of resources, but needs must. Let's just see if it works or not. Deedle-deedle-deedle-dee. Deedle-deedle-deedle-doo. Doodle-deedle-deedle-doo. Dum-dum-dum-dum. A fight. Oh, it's the rubbish version of the Settlers theme. And typically it's called the Settlers theme, the best version. And the picture on the screen is the Settlers 2. What idiot put that up? What silly fool put that up? What imbecile? Where was that fight? There was going to be a fight, I thought. Tweedledee-doo, 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 tweedledee-doo. Listen to it, it's lovely and nice. I suppose this bit kind of sounds like it might be a bit serious. I was complaining about the serious music before. Well, whatever, I don't care. It's brilliant. Oh, I'm completely out of resources. All my wood has run out. Actually, yeah, there you go, that's much better. Don't need you on that. Oh wait, yeah, there'll be loads of just like nothingy roads that I only built so that I could put a geologist up on. Dum 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 dee 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 dee. All of this has gone to waste. No point knowing any of that. Attack them? No. Attack anyone. It's going really badly. Oh, hello, hello. There might be just plank enough to build a woodcut. I suppose probably the game is automatically balanced so that the planks go... Bleh! So that the priority is that planks go to building woodcutters' huts and stuff. Right? It should be. Stupid it wasn't. Oh, maybe that's what the emergency program is that I seem to remember there being. Where maybe it... maybe the emergency program is that it keeps just enough wood to build, you know, the wood stuff you need, and distributes it just to any open building sites of that. Maybe. So I'm into this now. I don't know whether we're going to be playing this next time, or whether I'll move on to, say, Settlers 3. But I'm very interested to play Settlers 3 again. I really like this one. I basically remember how it works, because it's, you know, same as Settlers 1. Settlers 3, I just rejected outright. I just didn't like it. I thought it was stupid, because it was completely different from this. You know, you can tell that this is the same exact formula as Settlers 1, but just like, you know, they've made another one and it's advanced a bit. Settlers 3, though, was a completely new formula. Like, one way of putting it is that it was ruined. Oh! Have I just built a barracks and has it just burned down some of their stuff? No. No, it hasn't. So, what's going on? Why have they not connected them up? That's really weird. Wait! Of course, you build a barracks, connect it up, and then when it's been moved into, you don't need those roads anymore. You can get rid of them, and you can build stuff where the roads were. Never thought of that before. How's this going on? Oh, come on! Ah! Nah! I think this is a wash. Ah! Ah! Okay, so he's won a fight, so he gets to go in my knight's hut and fight whoever's in there. And then, yeah, he won, so he now takes over my land. Oh no! Well, folks, I think that's pretty much me. They're starting to take me over. They're encroaching on my land. I'm probably never going to make this gold mine. Yeah, so I'm never going to get the knights I need. That was a really hard level. But then the thing is, now I know that. So another time, I know that I start there, and I know that I need to forget all of this. Forget. Just go north, straight through the mountains and build those gold mines. And if I do that straight away, I can get at it before the yellows are anywhere close. And I think it's fairly procedural, so, you know, in another game, it might even be a different team that got there first. I'm not sure. Pretty sure they haven't got a set pattern, although they might have a, you know, their AI might be such that they would always make the same decisions given these circumstances. But you never know. There could be a butterfly effect where, you know, the AI is such that this team over here might go in a slightly different direction with their knights' huts, leaving someone over here to do something else, and, you know. I shouldn't have gone all the way over to them, really. I was a bit silly, but anyway. So I think I'll probably play this again, just because now I'm interested to know what happens, like, when you finish a level. But then after that, we'll move on to Settlers 3, and of course, there's always the Settlers 2... Well, no, I shall wait. I shall tell you about that another time. Suffice it to say that the design of the games is going to change extremely drastically in the next one, in Settlers 3. And then Settlers 4 is like... I seem to remember I thought that they kind of polished it a bit, and I actually quite liked Settlers 4, even though it was just Settlers 3 again. But then we will find that the true form of settling, this style of game, is not entirely a thing of the past. They do return to it, and they return to it in some style, and with some verve. Do you have an industrial pizza oven at home, or is she going to eat mildly disappointing instant pizza? Well, obviously, it's going to be mildly disappointing instant pizza. We're not making our own pizza with a pizza oven, don't be ridiculous. But it is nicer than all the local pizza places. Pizzas. So there is that. There we go, right, well, failed that time. But I'm going to try again next time. See you around, everyone. This has been relaxing and lovely and pleasant. And now you've seen firsthand just how easy it is if the person at the helm is incompetent to tank an economy and ruin a whole country. Goodbye!